Go.
Today I will be expanding on the thought of grouping. Grouping is a good way to make a large or difficult passage of notes seem less scary. For example, in Beethoven's Tempest Sonata in the second movement, there's a very large B-flat major broken chord that runs all the way down the keyboard in 64th notes. So most people try to play it just as one big group of notes. And you don't really get anywhere doing that because your brain doesn't know where to go, your arm doesn't know where to be set, or anything like that. So your body's out of position and your brain is super overwhelmed. So this is how most people try to play it. So looking at it as one large group of notes doesn't work too well. So how about if we take this large group of notes and we make it into smaller groups. So breaking it into smaller groups, you start from the top and you group the notes that will fit within your hand. And then you keep doing that all the way down the keyboard until you get to the bottom. So the key to that is finding the groups that will fit within your hand without having to move your hand. So you will block it, and then you'll mark your fingering and what your grouping is, like you see on your pamphlet, and then you move to the next one. Now, my first group is a group of 3, because that's how many notes I can get before I have to move my hand. My next group is a group of 2. Now, you can do a group of 4, but my thumbs are really short, so if I were to do that, then my fingers would be really far into the fallboard to be able to play that B flat. So I play a group of 2. That being said, everyone's grouping can be different. There's not a certain way that you have to do it. So my next group is a group of 2, and then you just go all the way down the keyboard like that. Now, as you're doing this, you also have to set your torso and your arm so that your elbow is centered behind your hand. So since we're so far up at the top with our left hand, we have to lean our torso back, and we have to figure out how to center our arm for that group of notes. So if you're in the center and then you play up here, your arm is all twisted to the side. So instead, you move to the right and set your body for this group of notes. So then as you're going down, you can move, after that third group, you can move your torso back to the center. And then everything else after that you can reach fairly easily. So next, you figure out where exactly you have to be with your torso for each beat. So like for the first one, like I said, you are to the right, and then you stay in the same place, and then once you get to that third group, you move down. So you have to figure out and mark exactly where your body needs to be for each set of notes. So if you move your torso and your arm doesn't know where to go, then you're just kind of twisted to the side. So that's why you're supposed to know where your arm is and then move your torso and move your arm after that. So your arm kind of knows where to be centered after that. So after that, you want to block and focus on your arm angle, your torso position, and the notes all at the same time, and you want to block those groups until you are very comfortable with that all the way down the keyboard. And just keep doing that until that's easy. So next, you want to play them broken, but still pause in between the groups to focus on those connections that you had made before. So eventually, you'll be able to take out the pauses to play the passage with confidence and ease. So starting from the previous measure. And so that's how you take a large passage of notes using grouping and make it easier from the top to the bottom.